You guys have got to check this out. I mean, I'm pretty surprised by what you guys in the XRP community have come up with. What I'm talking about is, oh my days. We discussed this a couple days ago, right? XRP in the derivatives market now that Ripple joined ISDA. All right, but Digital Perspective said take a look at the possibilities for XRP price and adoption. $1,900 per XRP. It's always been about how much adoption, what percentage will Ripple and XRP get of the remittance, clearing, settling derivatives market. Let me quickly put one thing forward. We're going to discuss exactly what they're talking about. I am not saying myself that XRP is certainly going to get to $2,000 a coin, but these things are getting hundreds of thousands of views. So the interest is there, and I don't want you guys to be misinformed. I want you guys to get a clear picture. And so if you're enjoying all this, make sure you go ahead and press that like button. And trust me when I say that most of the time, whenever people put up price predictions, I flat out ignore it. Could XRP rally to $20,000? Somebody makes a case. Or right here, there was another one, and it says $36 an XRP by July 30th. The charts have formed a blah, blah, blah pattern, but he's got my attention with this one, all right? Mr. Man got himself 500,000 views, with the people being quite divided, but I'd say let us see. Mr. Man says, now that Ripple has entered the derivative space, here's a potential outlook. Or what the value of XRP would be if captured 10% of the derivatives market. Take this as a grain of salt. All right, and let's talk about this. Based on the search results, it is difficult to provide an accurate answer to the question. However, we can make some assumptions and use the current market cap of XRP to estimate its price if it were to process 10% of the derivatives market. As of August 4th, the current market cap of XRP is $35 billion. Right now, it's about 32 billion. Assuming that XRP processes 10% of the derivatives market, which is estimated to be over $1 quadrillion in notional value, we can calculate the following. 10% of $1 quadrillion is $100 trillion. If XRP processes $100 trillion and its current market cap is 35 billion, then the market cap of XRP we need to increase by approximately 2,865 times. Using the current price of XRP, which is roughly 66 cents, we can estimate the potential price of XRP if it were to process 10% of the derivatives market. 66 cents times 2,865 equals about $1,900. Therefore, if XRP were to process 10% of the derivatives market with its current market cap, its price could potentially increase to $2,000. However, it's important to note that this is a rough estimate and that there are many factors that could affect the price of XRP, including market volatility, regulatory changes, and competition from other cryptocurrencies. Okay. All right, so after reading that, my brain started to hurt a little bit. Again, this got 500,000 views. So if you're wondering, again, why are you covering this, Dusty? 500,000 people saw this, and they probably are thinking, hey, is this legitimate? Is this stupid? Is this good? Should I be prepared for this? And what we do know is that even guys of Ripple said prepare for a higher price of XRP because it makes more sense. Over the longer term, if you want to send trillions of dollars, your market cap needs to be significantly higher. Or rather, the price per token should be higher as there's a limited amount of tokens. And if you want to move $100 billion at once, if the price is 1 cent, and your total market cap is $1 billion, for example, it's rather difficult to move $100 billion because you need to move the entire market cap 100 times just for that one transaction, which would be awful. And if XRP/Ripple has big plans, right, for bigger and bigger market shares, the price just needs to be higher. Then again, this theorizes that the $100 billion would be $100 trillion will be a 10% encapsulation of the entire derivatives market, which in theory could happen. That's not the point, all right? It would take a significant amount of effort, but it could. However, why would the XRP market cap need to have that exact same amount of money in there? There's two parts to see this. One is XRP's market cap could be significantly lower to move that amount of money. Because as we said before, XRP could be the most voluminous cryptocurrency in the realm. And in theory, the volume could greatly outshine the market cap, even though right now it's about 1 1/20th, 1/30th of the total, 1/25th, let's call it. But this could actually be switched around where the volume is double, triple, 10 times, whatever, the market cap. With the idea there being, in theory, right now, a $32 billion market cap could easily get themselves a $300 billion volume a day, all right? I'm talking about what would be possible. That would mean that every single XRP, in theory, moves over about 10 times. In theory, that could be one bank making 10 transactions a day of all the money that they've got, right? If they were to have everything, they wouldn't, but they probably do make a couple hundred transactions of great value. I'm just saying, if all these partners were to use ODL and go massively, I think this volume would greatly outshine it. And the higher the price goes, also the higher the volume would go. Point being, however, that it's also on the opposite side saying, if you want to encapsulate that entire market and have the appropriate volume, and assuming that the current status is going to remain, where the volume is about 1/25th of the market cap, then XRP's market cap would need to be significantly higher to encapsulate all of that market share. As XRP moving around, if it's going to be relative to the market cap, it should just be, about 25 times as high or whatever. But I've noticed the majority of people that I check out are on the bandwagon of this keeps on assuming that every transaction would be the entire market cap or entire circulating supply of XRP, which can't happen. So the price should be way higher. But at the end of the day, guys, I don't think that this estimation has too much sense. Nor do I think that ISDA is that big a deal, like that big a deal. Some are saying that they didn't even properly join just quite yet. I don't really care. The point is, just by being in a group, just by being in a certain area, does not guarantee you many great things. Let me reiterate by saying, I personally think XRP will have the most amount of volume in the entire crypto market. And for that reason, also, I think the price just has to be higher to basically be able to handle all the massive amounts of money that need to be moved. But saying, okay, they've officially entered the derivatives market, this, that. Most likely, guys, trust me when I say this, the majority of the massive partnerships are already signed behind closed doors. Is just a matter of knowing when to implement what properly. I cannot believe for a second that Ripple didn't think the next couple of years through. They might have not, known everything in detail because of the lawsuit, but they probably thought all this through. And I think this lawsuit was a massive setback because it allowed other parties to come up to the Ripple's level. And if it were not for that, they probably could have been a lot further. But at the end of the day, right now, XRP's got the clarity. And so this will allow them to basically emancipate in so many fields that other crypto projects, other projects can't. But I don't think we need to throw up these price estimations or questions of this sort because at the end of the day, nobody can accurately predict just how huge XRP, and the XP Ledger, and all this is going to be. If we do indeed tokenize all the gold, for example, just estimate for yourself how much value would be locked on the XP Ledger. Now, per definition, the amount of value locked on the ledger does not have to add to the market cap of XRP. In a similar sense, we can decide to lock hundreds of trillions of dollars on Ethereum in a sort of contract, for example, or through the value of stablecoins. It does not have to add to Ethereum's market cap, but it does bring the utility, it does bring the volume, and it does bring the use case. And that's so important with Ethereum right now. A lot of stablecoins are built on there. The majority of Ethereum's use case is by what's being built on top of it. XRP Ledger has got a ton of new things building on top of there. One is the CBDCs. You might say, oh, but that's a private ledger. It's built on an XRP ledger. Another is the tokenization of these real estate pieces. On the opposite side, we've got the land deeds. We're getting a ton of new things. But on a side note, we're also seeing more and more of these people trying to develop new sort of things for the XP ledger, like, for example, with the Hooks Amendment that we saw quite recently. And perhaps when we make these videos again in a year from now, things are going to be so different because the XP ledger all of a sudden encompasses so many different fields. Ripple said a while ago, and I feel like a preacher when I'm saying it like this, but Ripple said a while ago that they shall be, it feels like it a little bit, but they said they will be in one vertical for right now, but they're going to expand as this whole debacle of payments is just the first vertical. And I honestly believe that. I honestly believe they plant this out so much further than we're seeing. It's just a matter of getting there. And I personally think as well, if you're trying to change up the banking industry, things take time. A partnership probably takes about a couple years to really set in. And if you want to convince banks, they already had like 63 banks signed in Japan years ago. Where is all that? It's not that they've taken their hands off. It's not that these guys probably are not happy with the testing. It's just a matter of, okay, we've got it signed. Now let's really let them use our Ripple solutions, right? They've been doing that. They've been happy. Now let's hook them up onto an XRP solution. they're happy, but then in the middle, years go by before they're fully into the entire system. Again, this technology was not made to change the world by one day. No, it takes years and years to convince others, to convince others, to convince others to hop on. And it's only at a moment where Ripple has a massive amount of market share that all of a sudden it's going to be a massive ripple effect, pun intended. With the idea there being that right now, partnerships move piece by piece because nobody feels the need or hurry to be the first to hurry up. And so many more are testing it right now, but the tests take years to go through. And with that all, I mean, just be patient and don't think things have to happen too quickly. I mean, even this idea here, how long do you think it would take to take over 10% of the share of the derivatives market? A significant amount of time. That does not mean, however, that the price of XRP is strange. $2,000 in this theory is not even that crazy of a price if they were to really take over that share. But how difficult do you think it is? I know Ripple's been in business for 10, 13 years, whatever. Now I think about 11 years by now, 12 years. And in that time period, and I'd say the decade before that, there have been dozens of companies who thought of the exact same thing in terms of, we have a mission to take over the financial realm, the banking realm. Most of them fail. Why? Because either they get too hurried up or they just don't see the traction that they had planned. But most stop a significant amount earlier than Ripple did, though. They've already gotten so far. They've gotten real banking partnerships, and they're really moving through. And the most funniest part of all is they got some clarity right now on XRP that none of these others could have gotten, and that none of these others will get, at least for the next couple of months. I mean, XLM deserves the clarity that XRP has because they're basically the same in almost every way. But they're not getting it just quite yet. That leaves Ripple at the top of the top to get partnerships right now. Go make sure, for example, the XRP community or institutional investors, whatever, should probably make sure to get XRP terms of ETFs going as soon as possible. I mean, they're trying to legitimize Ethereum, and we can sit here talking about that for a couple of hours, how all that came to be. The idea that Consensus, for example, was founded with Ethereum money. PayPal right now building on Ethereum. The Ethereum ETFs, futures ETFs, but still coming up. Even though it's not got clarity, is an interesting sign when you think that XRP has got the clarity, yet the ETFs are not being proposed. Why not? I mean, I also was listening to a David Schwartz little discussion about multiple world reserve currencies or just reserve currencies as a concept. We'll talk about that a little bit later as it requires another in-depth little discussion. But really, I think a lot of people are fed up with the fact that the XRP price is taking so long to gain. I think the majority of people even that are watching this video right now are pretty sad, thinking the XRP price is not high enough. But let me say yet again, we're all on the same page, but great things take time. They do. And I'd like to propose you something. Look for something, another investment that has a, I guess, equally as high, if not higher probability of success with a higher multiplier, if not the same. Meaning, you look for something that is going to gain more with the same, basically, let's call it chance of happening. Because I know for certain, there will be a coin that gains more than XRP. There will be a coin that gains faster than XRP. But I don't think there's any coin from my own personal preferences that has the highest amount of certainty with the highest multiplier as well, or at least the same height as XRP has. So again, high probability of success, high multiplier if it does. I like that. With Bitcoin, for example, high probability of success, right? But not that high a multiplier. With Ethereum, we have a medium probability of success because of the impeding legal action potentially that could take prices down significantly. XRP has gotten over that hurdle. You name a lot of other coins. Algorand potentially could get sued by the SEC. ADA, Cardano, I love them, could potentially get sued, and so forth and so on. A lot of these have some downwards factor that really XRP doesn't have anymore. And from that perspective, even though some other coins, for example, a meme coin, will probably do way better in a short amount of time, the probability of success over the next while is lower. And the chance of you finding the right one is also lower. So yeah, you just maybe can pick one and get lucky, but that's it, get lucky. With XRP, I don't think it's luck, but hey, that's it for my opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys again in another one. Make sure you put the notification bell on, and I'm not here to bore you. I'm just trying to get you guys informed. That's about it.